Running behind schedule, isn't it?
Yeah, but it'll be here.
Are you sure?
Just remember where it's from.
Yeah, I know. Anheuser-Busch.
Just remember who's running it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Welcome aboard the Budweiser Malt Liquor Unlimited. And a special welcome to you, sir. You know, we've been looking forward to having you and all the Anheuser-Busch salesmen along with us on this trip. We got kind of a slow start. But even so, we'll make it up. You know it.
We all know it.
Hey, I think you're going to find this to be a pretty exciting trip.
And I know that, too, because I've seen the route we're going to take in 1973. First off, let's level with one another. We didn't attain our objective of becoming number 2 in 72. Maybe we expected too much for a shakedown run. But the fact is that Bud Malt Liquor sold more barrels in 18 months, just 18 months, than Schlitz Malt Liquor sold in the first 6 years after it was introduced. And we're still a solid 4th in the malt liquor market, despite the introduction of 17 new malt liquors in the past year. Now, all of us know that Anheuser-Busch isn't about to stop there, right?
Right.
Here's what one pretty good beer salesman had to say about this brand just a few months ago.
When Anheuser-Busch entered the malt liquor market, it was with a firm conviction that Budweiser Malt Liquor would someday take over the leadership. I still have this conviction, and I am determined to take Budweiser Malt Liquor to the top where the name Budweiser belongs.
Well, as you heard, the Big Eagle is behind us 100%, as is all of Anheuser-Busch management and everyone else connected with the brand. But let me ask you something man to man. Have you been giving this brand the same push, the same shove you gave Budweiser, Michelob, and Busch to get them off the ground and up to the top? Well, whatever your answer, we think this trip will show you why this brand deserves everything you can put behind it, so you can make the grade on this tough malt liquor track. First of all, we are picking up new passengers for Bud Malt Liquor. Either they're switching to Bud Malt from another brand, or they're brand new malt liquor drinkers. But, hey, are you going passenger or freight? It might take 2 six-packs to wet that whistle. As I was saying, we're getting some drinkers, but not enough. We've got a long way to go, and it's obvious that this is no gravy train. But let's see what we've got going for us. Follow me.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Golden Eagle. We've been expecting you.
I'm sure you're familiar with this scene. Sort of like home, huh? Say, could a guy get a cold Bud Malt Liquor?
Does an eagle fly?
You know, you guys are tops in the brewing industry. As the world's greatest beer wholesalers, you took Budweiser beer right to the top. You got Busch firmly established in its field. You took Michelob to the top. Thanks. And you can do it with Budweiser Malt Liquor, too. In certain areas, this is being done. Like here in Arizona, where we are right now. Our share of the malt liquor market here is 42%. Tucson alone has a 43% share. Phoenix, 41%. And the college town of Tempe reached 80% of its budgeted sales by the end of September. Here in Arizona, and in places like Orange County, California, where our share of market is 30%, we've achieved our goals. We've penetrated the established malt liquor market. And we've also created our own new group. Budweiser malt liquor drinkers who have never drunk malt liquor before. That's the way it's supposed to be. Penetration and expansion.
Hey, can I horn in?
Oh, that's a sour note. You're on the Budweiser Malt Liquor Unlimited.
Baby, I've got my own combo, but I dig them too.
Okay, Gabriel. I'll pitch in and give you a Bud Malt Liquor.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
I'll show you the way.
You already have.
Doesn't this taste great? Well, if you don't already know it, now this product has a lot more pizzazz. More of what consumers expect in malt liquor. It now has a competitive alcoholic content. Very competitive.
Hey, that's great news. That'll make a big difference. Yeah, but you know, this can package says strength, too. It's got to be the best looking one around, and that is no bull.
And you're absolutely right. During 1972, we conducted extensive tests to see how our package fared against competition in the consumer's eyes. Bud Malt Liquor was the overwhelming favorite, hands down. Thanks for reminding me.
That's okay, Bob. Anytime.
Well, so far we've seen a lot of good things that Budweiser Malt Liquor has going for it. But let's keep looking.
Good evening, Mr. Fuller. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the retail world where it all happens.
You mean where it should be happening.
Excuse me.
Now that's where Bud Malt Liquor belongs. It's not beer. It's malt liquor. And malt liquor is not a product that sells like beer. As a category, malt liquor still represents about 2% of the malt beverage industry. The three top malt liquors have been on the market considerably longer than Bud Malt Liquor, and over the years have built a certain amount of brand loyalty. But since Bud Malt Liquor's entry in the market, we've caused a hell of a lot of commotion and concern among the competition. And it's reflected in their aggressive price promotions and increased advertising budgets, which are aimed right at us. Between April 1970, when Bud Malt Liquor was first introduced, through the end of 1972, all malt liquor advertising budgets doubled. And that ain't just puffing a little smoke. But because the malt liquor market has been growing faster than the beer market, more brewers get on the track each year, anxious to get their share. Of course, many can't stand the tough pace and drop out of the market. For all brands, it's uphill. Bud Malt Liquor is on the right track. But make no mistake, it's a big challenge for all of us. To make this brand the success it has to be, we must have everything going for us. Sales, marketing, advertising, merchandising, the wholesaler, the retailer, and one more, the consumer. And maybe we haven't understood him well enough. None of us. We've got to understand that malt liquor drinkers are different from normal beer drinkers. You might even call them strange. They're not only young, but their lifestyle is alien to what Anheuser-Busch has found in common with traditional drinkers of its beer brands. This generation talks different, acts different, dresses different, and in fact is different. And if we're going to sell malt liquor to malt liquor drinkers, we can't pretend that they wear crew cuts. We have to see them on their own level, even if it's uncomfortable for us to do so. In the past 18 months, we've learned a lot by talking with hundreds of malt liquor drinkers all over the country. And there are some very important things we've learned. They affect everybody who sells this brand. Take college students. I see you're drinking malt liquor. I thought beer was the collegiate drink.
Sure, we drink lots of beer, but every once in a while we take on some malt liquor.
How come?
I don't know, just because we feel like it, I guess.
It's great when you just want to do some heavy rapping and sip on something. Lets you kind of open up, say what you think. Besides, malt liquor's different than beer. You don't drink a bunch.
Hey, man, maybe you don't drink a bunch, but I drink a ton of it. You call it malt liquor, but this is my beer.
Right? Yeah, but if you keep on drinking that Colt 45, you're going to get ferocious of the liver.
Ferocious? You mean that I'm going to get...
That's when you wake up in the morning and you know it ain't spring, baby.
That is ferocious, man.
Thanks. Women are important in this market, too. Do you drink malt liquor all the time, like this guy?
Oh, no, not all the time. Only when I'm with people that I really dig. You know, when you really want to get right down to it.
You know it. This malt liquor's sure quicker than beer. This is bad.
Bad.
Bad means good, you know.
Oh, well, we're learning.
Good stuff. And besides, I love the can. Really get a kick out of it.
Anything with the name Budweiser on it has got to be good.
Yeah, it's perfect for those times when you're with good friends. Wherever. For that malt liquor mood.
The malt liquor mood.
Yeah, when you want to make the most of it.
To make a good time even better.
And when you're doing things you really like doing.
And when you want to get down to it.
When you want to open up with your friends.
Yeah, like when you're with people you really dig.
So what does it really mean?
Well, relative to the college student, we note that malt liquor, vis-a-vis its relationship to beer, connotes a reduced ability to quench thirst, but an increased ability as a social lubricant.
What she really means is that malt liquor is not a guzzle-it-down kind of drink like beer.
Indubitably.